All right, so hopefully you have already figured out what your theme is going to be for your Elements and Principles booklet. And we'll talk more in class about what all you're going to include in that booklet. But this video is going to help you put the book together. Now, I left a bunch of supplies out in the pickup box over break for everybody that's at home. I went by there yesterday. There was only a few gone. So if you didn't have a chance to go and pick up your materials, they are still outside waiting for you. If, for whatever reason, you don't come to pick them up, all is not lost. You can figure out a different way to make a principles booklet. I will leave that up to you. You could cut paper out of your sketchbook. You could do a variety of methods that you want to do it. It's up to you. But it will make your life a lot easier if you come and pick these supplies up. If you don't, that's okay. It's on you to figure out how you're going to do the booklet. And you have paper in your sketchbook or paper at home or something that's going to come together and help you figure all of that out, I hope. All right, so if you do come pick up the supplies, you have two pieces of mat board like this. You might have picked up black, you might have picked up white. The black ones have white on the back. It just kind of depends on how you're going to lay that out and what your theme is. You might need a black background if you're gluing paper to it. If you're drawing on it or painting on it, you might want to use the white side. It is totally up to you. And then you have 3 pieces of paper, long strips that are cut like this. You're going to take your strip of paper. You are going to fold it in half, line the edges up so that you'll have a nice clean fold. Then you're going to take this top piece, you're going to fold it back too. You're basically making like an accordion and flip it over. So you're folding it in half and then in half again, and you have an accordion fold like this, okay? You're going to do that 2 times, and then you'll have 1 extra piece, and I'll tell you what you're going to do with that extra piece, okay? So you have 2 accordions like this, but you want them all to be in 1 continuous page, and you actually have 1 square too many. So you can take some scissors and cut that last one off. I don't have any scissors handy, so I'm just going to tear it. But hold on to that, you might need it for something else, okay? Then you're going to take these 2 and you're going to overlap them and glue them together so that you can have 1 continuous long piece. Now, you can use a glue stick if you have one. You probably have one for some class. You can use liquid glue if you have it. You could use tape if that's all you've got. You could use some clear Scotch tape. Remember, you got that for your paper bowl anyway. You have to have some tape. So get something sticky and put these 2 together. And that should give you just the right amount of pages that you are going to need, okay? So stick them together. You can count that out, fold them together. Try and make it nice and neat. Then you're just gonna make sure that it folds up like an accordion, and that's gonna be the inside part of your book, okay? You're gonna take one of the pages and you're gonna glue it right to the center of your cover. So what I'm doing, and you can do this with your glue stick or your liquid glue or your tape, and just to get it even and right in the middle, I'm going to fold the whole thing up and I'm going to position it so it is centered in the book, okay? Then I've got this page and I need to put the back cover on my book. Now the weight of that mat board is going to close it for you. So I'm going to take this, and I might do black on one side and white on the other for my book. I don't know. Just, it'll be easier for you to see if I use the black side, okay? So I'm going to hold that together. I've got all the little pages inside my book, just like this, okay? It opens and it closes, just like that. Now, on this page right here that's attached to your book, you're going to put your table of contents. I would wait until the very end in case you change the order around for your booklet. So just know that this page is going to be your table of contents. The back page is just going to be your little artist statement about I'll put out some questions for you. You can tell us what your favorite page in there is or why you chose the theme that you chose. You can put your name on it, your block, all of that information on there, okay? Because you're actually going to be physically turning these in. You're going to physically turn them in, okay? So the rest of the pages, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back. That makes room for 8 principles of design. You are going to figure out your theme, and whatever your theme is, you're going to design your cover based on the theme. You're going to design your table of contents based on the theme. And then using that same theme on each block, you're going to show us one of the principles of design. So emphasis, balance, movement. We'll make you a little list of all the 8 that you need to show. And there will be documents in CTLS that will help you if you're not sure how you could illustrate that based on your theme. There are picture examples on the assignment instructions that I put out, so you can reference that as well. And I think once you get started and you start, kind of mapping it out, it's going to be pretty quick and easy. Do a little math. If you do, you probably need to do about 1 a day, right, to get it done, and then still have time to do your table of contents and work on the cover and just make it look great. Some of them are going to go really quick. You could probably do 2 a day, or on a Wednesday maybe knock out 3 and just get it done so that you're not rushing around at the last minute trying to get it all in. Now, I told you have this extra page, and then you have this square here. You have 4 pieces if you were to cut those apart, and then you have a 5th one here. The reason I gave you that extra is because some of them, it's going to be easy and you're going to know exactly what you want to do, and you can probably draw directly onto this paper. Some of you are going to want to work where you are doing individual little squares. You're cutting them apart. You're working on it because it's easier to work on it if it's flat. You can use marker or something that might be messy. And then you could attach that, glue it inside your book. Then you can decide, what's the best order to put them in, that kind of thing. If you wanted to do all 8 like that, you could take this little square and you could measure it, and you could cut some paper out of your sketchbook to have the separate pieces. And that might be the way to go. There will be nothing more sad than getting to the 8th one and messing that up, right? Or to have 4 done beautifully on one side, and then you get over here with a Sharpie or something and it bleeds through and messes up this side. So you may want to just use these as your base pages and then actually do the artwork on here and attach them. You could probably cut them a little smaller than the page you're gluing it to and attach them, page by page on top of the squares. So it's up to you, however you prefer to work. Just make it nice and neat and beautiful. This should be your very best thing that you've turned in, the most well-crafted thing you've done all semester. So come up with a theme that you love, because you're going to be spending a lot of time on it, and I would start right away. Don't delay. All right, so get your book put together today. Set it aside. I would use a page of my sketchbook to plan it out and say, all right, this is what I'm going to do for each of the principles, and here's how I'm going to illustrate it using that theme. Okay? All right, I can't wait.